Wrapping string lights around an evergreen tree and topping it off with a glowing star might be one of the most popular Christmas traditions. Few can deny the beauty that radiates from a lovingly decorated tree. Still, these trees, most notably fresh ones, bring some problems too. Pine needles are flammable, while tree sap can stain your carpet until you have no choice but to rip it out. Your tree can fall over, catch fire, or do any number of unsavory things, including something that's been surprising far too many families this holiday season. Take what happened to the Spisos family of Washington, D.C. in 2011, for instance. They didn't know about the dangers hiding in plain sight within the branches of their Christmas tree until it was too late. If they had, they might not have purchased a tree at all. So what is this thing? Some of them look like a knot of rope, while others look like a fat, furry slug with its head cut off. Regardless of their appearance, they're all capable of causing lots of trouble if you accidentally bring one inside your house. To figure out what this thing is, consider that Christmas trees come from the outdoors. Anyone old enough to dig in the dirt knows that there are some stomach-churning stuff out there, and that's a phrase you could use to describe the bulb that was found on the Spisos tree. With all manner of creepy crawlies that call the great outdoors their home, a certain few are going to find their way into the branches of an evergreen. And if they do, they might create an egg pod, or ootheca, like this. So what was inside the egg pods in the Spisos Christmas tree? These pods don't just contain a single egg. Oothecas are hardened protein capsules that encase, stabilize, and protect dozens upon dozens of eggs. So when the eggs hatch, insects come flooding out of them, and potentially into your living room. So imagine coming home from a Christmas dinner. You take off your coat, kick off your shoes, and ease into your couch cushions, when you notice you're sharing your couch with these guys. That's what the Spisos family was dealing with. See, when Christmas season arrived, the Spisos family didn't know that just a few weeks later, they'd be cursing their decorated Christmas tree. In fact, for them, the holiday season started like any other. On December 3, 2011, Heather Spisos, her husband, Matt, and their 3 children, Maddie, Zach, and Maya, ventured from D.C. to Hardy Farms in Maryland to buy a Christmas tree. It was a family tradition they looked forward to every year. The family found a tree they liked. It was a bit fat on the bottom and without the stereotypical perfect triangle shape, but it was pretty nonetheless. And unbeknownst to them, it had an unhatched ootheca hidden in its branches. Normally, tree lots shake down their evergreens to make sure the oothecas don't hitch a ride. Knocking the trunk on the ground a few times would typically be enough to loosen any egg pods. Not this time, though. For a month and a half, the tree stood in the Spisos home, a shining reminder of holiday cheer. Meanwhile, without incident, the oothecas remained unhatched. Eventually, when the calendar hit mid-January, the Spisos family's luck ran out. On the night in question, the night the Spisos family faced a holiday nightmare, they were out at dinner with plans to dispose of the Christmas tree later that evening. As they ate, life stirred inside the ootheca, and then life broke through. At first, only a few of the bugs likely left the comfort of their hardened protector. Perhaps it was when the Spisos family was driving home from their meal that the ootheca finally spit out the rest of the newborn creepy crawlies inside. Over 200 of the insects had sprung from the egg case and right into their living room. Yikes. So what exactly did the Spisos family find 200 of in their living room? And what did they do about it? Back from their dinner trip, too late to dispose of their tree, the family was face to face with a swarm of baby bugs that had already started eating each other out of hunger. In what would be a stomach-churning, dream-haunting event for most families, the Spisos family realized their living room had been flooded with baby praying mantises. Christmas lights, evidently, provide just the right temperature for these babies to thrive. So what did the Spisos family do with 200 of these things crawling around their house? With 200 praying mantises feasting on one another and hopping around your living room, you might be at a loss for what to do. Grab the vacuum? Burn the house down? Move away? The Spisos family actually handled the problem quite well. With level heads, Matt and Heather bought plastic terrariums and turned their praying mantis infestation into a biology lesson for their 3 kids. I think it's neat, Matt told WTOP News. I think it's a learning experience for the kids, Heather added. They sit here and watch them like a fish tank. If you don't think you have the mental fortitude to buy some terrariums while praying mantises ruled your home, it's better to just avoid this problem altogether. Check your Christmas tree for Oothacas, and maybe dispose of the tree before March, just in case.